Oh, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. We are here to talk about the Yankees game from last night and just some news that are out there in Yankees universe. So all you Yankee fans, make sure you grab your cup of coffee and just tune into the intro. Oh, good morning, Yankees universe. Like I said, welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Thursday, April 13th. I am your guy, Hector, and like always, I'm being joined by my guy, TC Stills. TC Stills, good morning, gorgeous.
Good morning, Hector. How you doing? Glad to be back with
I'm
you. I know Pete filled in for me. Great show with the Eric Kratz interview, and I'm glad to be back.
mhm. Oh, yeah. Glad to have you back, my brother. Before we continue, let me do a shout out real quick for the chat. We got Geraldine McIver in the building. Geraldine, salute to you, Queen. Jonathan is in the building. My guy, Jacob Petruzzi is in the building. And the one and only Uncle Tats from the
There he is.
Pinstripe
Tats, how are
Chronicles.
you?
Uncle Tats, good morning, Uncle. Yeah, bro, just happy to have you back. It was a great conversation with Eric Kratz. We'll be setting it up
hmm
to have more conversation with Eric Kratz and the guys from Foul Territory during the season. If you guys aren't subscribed over there to the Foul Territory, make sure you guys go and do that. And if you guys can, hit that like button for the boys as we continue the conversation. And if you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. When you look at the algorithm over here on the Yankees Morning Brew, about like 60% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. So what are you doing with your life? Hit that subscribe button. Shout out to our guy, Li Yankee King in the building. I know he was at the game yesterday. Li Yankee King, let us know how you was feeling in the building at the Jacob. James Cook is in the building. Mr. James Cook, salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's to you. Carlos with a K is in the building. Carlos, good morning, good sir. Like I said, yes, hit that subscribe button because we're doing a giveaway over here on the Brew Crew Sports. We're running a giveaway. When we reach 500 subscribers, we have a giveaway from Homage when it comes to a sweater. And when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we got a jersey we'll be sending out there to you, to the fans. But TC, how are you feeling, bro?
You know what? Overall, I'm feeling really good about this team. This is that was a big win yesterday, pulling that one out.
Mhm.
Clay Holmes gave us a heart attack in the ninth inning, but hey, coming back off Clase Cabrera's clutch hit there in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
Pulling out another series. We're 4-0 in the season series right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all the injuries and
Yeah.
some of the guys not producing, and we're still 8-4. Hey, I can't
Mm-hmm.
complain.
Yes, neither can I. Like you said, we won our first 4 series. We are 8-4 on the season. We haven't got a sweep in yet, but I'm happy with just winning the
Mhm.
series because when it
Yep.
comes down to it, you could try to win as many games as you want in a row, but it's all about winning your series that are in front of you. And the Yankees are doing that. I think this is the fourth or fifth time in their franchise history that they've
hmm
won the first 4 series out the gate. So if you're a Yankee fan, you got to be happy right now. I understand
Yeah.
there's a lot of worries when it comes to Anthony Volpe not hearing. There's some worries when it comes to
hmm
Carlos Rodon. We'll get into that. Same thing with Luis Severino. But you Yankee fans out there,
hmm
just calm down. Just
Yep.
understand that this
We're
team,
good.
it is a marathon. It's not a sprint when you're trying to race to October. Right, TC?
Yeah, the season's not over in April. It's how you finish,
Mm-hmm.
not how you start. So, we got to relax on some of these slow starts. Like you said,
Yeah.
Volpe and some of the other guys. Yeah, Judge striking out a lot is concerning me too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
some of these other guys, like Franchy Cordero, what do you got to say
Oh
about
man,
him,
what a
man? What a
find.
find!
What a
Yeah.
find. We'll get more into that
Yep.
conversation later, but The Frenchman, Frenchy Cordero. First of all, John Sterling, he needs to practice his home run call. The one for Frenchy
Yeah.
Cordero is not it, right?
No.
Maybe you need to work on that in the mirror. That way you get ready for the next time. But no, Frenchy Cordero, he's turning into your 2022 version of Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, if you remember, I think it was in '98, Shane Spencer, when he caught fire and he carried the team at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, we get these guys lightning in a bottle, and Cashman finds them. He just, I don't know. He
Yeah.
he pulls out these rare gems.
We'll get into the whole Cashman should he get all the credit in the world when it comes to finding Frenchy Cordero, because there's a lot of fans that are on Twitter right now that are saying, "Oh, Cashman, we're not worthy. We praise you. Just slow it up, just slow it up just a tad bit."
Yeah,
Shout out to our guy Mikey Mazza and the Four Train
Mazda.
Express in the building. Mikey Mazza, what it doing? Carlos says, "Yo, heck, that looks like a red vinegar yard in a deli, bro." Krista Flash is in the building. My guy, Krista Flash, what are you doing, my guy? Salute to you. But we had a game yesterday. The Cleveland Guardians versus the New York Yankees. Let's just jump right into the conversation when it comes
Yep.
to the game. Obviously, the Yankees won. So we're going to start with the Yankees lineup. I'm going to put it up right here. I'm going to read off the offensive lineup, and then TC, you handle the pitching side of things. All right, bro? So
Yep.
for the Yankees, at shortstop, leading it off, Anthony Volpe. He led off the game with a double. He was 1 for 4 on the day. Aaron Judge, like you mentioned, the DH, he was 0 for 3. Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman, cracked a few that you almost thought was going to get out of there. He was just a tad bit off of it, but he was 0 for 4. Big G, Giancarlo Stanton, was 1 for 4 on the day. Like the aforementioned, I said, Franchy Cordero in left field was 1 for 4. Oswald Cabrera, the second baseman, was 2 for 4. Isaiah Kiner for left for the third baseman was 1 for 4. And Kyle Higashioka, the home run stroker, was 1 for 3 at catcher. And Aaron Hicks is Aaron Hicks. What are we going to do? He was 0 for 3 again. He had a couple of strikeouts, had a horrible first inning, but that's Aaron Hicks. He's going to Hicks for you. That's if one thing Aaron Hicks does, he's going to Aaron Hicks for you. But go ahead, TC. Read off the pitching side of things.
All right. Well, yesterday Clark Schmidt started it out. He went 4 innings. I don't want to say that I blame all the runs on him. Aaron Hicks, like you mentioned before, almost threw the game away by himself. But he went 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 3 Ks. Ron Marinaccio came in after that, and he gave up one. He pitched 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Michael King was, I think, the sharpest of them all. He came in, pitched 2 solid innings,
Very
didn't give up
impressive.
anything, 1 K. Wandy Peralta, Mr. Reliable, came in after that, pitched an inning, no runs, no walks, no Ks. And then Clay Holmes gave us all a heart attack in the 9th inning. Got the first out, then walked everybody, bases loaded, struck out Rosario to end it. But he closed it out, and he got his 4th save of the season. And Wandy
Yeah,
got
you
victory.
got to like what you see out of the bullpen. Like you said, Clay Holmes gave us a little bit of a scare in that 9th inning, but Wandy Peralta, Mr. Wandy Peralta hasn't given up a run so far this season.
No.
I know it's a bit early. It's like probably week 3 in the MLB right now. I understand that, but knock on wood, Wandy Peralta is Mr. Reliable.
Yes.
Right. I honestly can say if we're in a tight situation, I'd rather have Wandy Peralta out there than Clay Holmes. I'm just saying that right now. Let's look over to the Philly side of things. Oh, but also, what's your thoughts on Anthony Volpe leading it off, bro? Because I think Anthony Volpe needs to be at the top of the lineup. That way he has that protection when it comes to Judge and Rizzo right behind them. You saw it with the leadoff double. What's your thoughts?
No, I'm a big fan. I said it at the beginning of the season. I thought that's where he would be. I know Boone's easing him into the lineup, starting him in the 9th spot. But I think this is glimpses of what the future is, and I think he has a role at leadoff. He led off the game with a double. I think he's going to be comfortable in that spot. He's going to have a lot of protection behind him. We need that guy that lead off, guy that gets on base, steals bases. That's what we've missed, for years. DJ's good up there. He's a contact hitter, but I'd much rather see him hitting right behind Volpe and then Judge.
No, Definitely. We got our guy Ivan Manny in the building. Ivan Manny, what it do, my guy? Salute, 3 capital S's. And as well, NYY News, Ruben is in the building. Ruben, my guy, salute to you. Hope all is well.
How you
Hope you're
doing?
doing good out there. How you doing, Ruben? How you doing on this fine, beautiful day? Listen, if you guys in New York City right now, it is hot. It is hot. I know I'm wearing this flannel shirt inside my apartment, but because I got good AC or whatever, but it's hot right now, right? And I could just feel it just by looking at the sun, looking at my window. I could just feel how hot it is. But yeah,
Wow.
the lineup for me, like you said, you got some worries when it comes to Aaron Judge, right? But this is why you need everyone in the lineup to hit, because even with Aaron Judge struggling, we're getting contribution from parts of the lineup that we're not even counting for this or later on in the season, if you understand what I'm saying, right? Franchy Cordero has been a big find for us, a big improvement when it comes to the bench play. Willie Calhoun on Harvey, Rafael Ortega. Franchy Cordero has been phenomenal, right? Seeing Kyle Higashioka get an extra base hit yesterday was also phenomenal as well, being able to drive in a run or so. Aaron Hicks is Aaron Hicks, like I said, but let's jump over to the Guardian side of things and let's break down their lineup. And likewise, I can do the lineup and then you can do the pitching when it comes to the Guardians. For the Guardians, Stephen Kwan led off the game in left field. He was 1 for 3. Ahmed Rosario, the former Mets prospect, the shortstop, was 1 for 5. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, was 1 for 3. Josh Naylor, the DH, was 1 for 3. Andres Jimenez, the second baseman, all-star, was 0 for 4. Josh Bell at first base. He had a little bit of tough fielding in the ninth inning, which favored us, but he was 1 for 4 on the day. Will Brenham in right field. He was 1 for 3. Miles Straw was in center field, was 0 for 4. And the catcher Gallagher, not from that TV show, but Gallagher was 0 for 3. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, so Battenfield started. He started off good, and then he had some rough patches. He went 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, and 3 strikeouts. Sandin came in. I think he gave up the hit to Higashioka, the double.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that the umpire took a hit in the face.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah,
all the prayers go out to that umpire. Hope he's fine. You know that was a scary moment.
Yeah, he took a hit. The ball went flying, and 2 runs scored on that.
If this was a ping pong machine, that would be bonus points. But hopefully all is well.
That's a free game, I think.
Yeah, that's a free game.
he pitched 1 in the third inning, gave up 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Stefan came in. He pitched an inning, a hit. He gave up a run. That was the Franchy Cordero home run. And no walks, 1 strikeout. Karinchak came in the 8th inning, 1 hit and 1 strikeout. And Clase came in the 9th and gave up that. There was an error. Stanton was able to be on second. Oswaldo Cabrera hit the double. One thing I do have a negative on that was he stared at that ball and he didn't go for 2, and that could have cost us a run if
you're right.
I think it was IKF got a hit if he would have got a hit. But Clase took the loss. He gave up the 2 hits and the 1 strikeout.
Yeah, you want them to be able to. He thought he had a home run, but you got to be able to bust it out the box. But I love the energy that we do get from Cabrera. Don't get me wrong. And also when it comes to his fielding, he has played left field, he has played right field, he has played shortstop, he has played second base, and he's played a couple of games at third base last year. Since he's been in the big leagues, he hasn't recorded an error. That's the one thing people don't talk about when it comes to Ozzie Cabrera. He hasn't recorded an error while being up at the big leagues, right? I understand, knock on wood, watch tomorrow, he'll have a couple of errors because I just jinxed it, but he hasn't had any errors so far. So phenomenal when it comes to his fielding ability. But I want to point something out. My man Ruben, he said, it's hilarious how Cordero was Boston's main return for Andrew Benintendi and flopped so badly and then have us unlock him for nothing. Absolutely, Ruben. It's like the Boston Red Sox and Garrett Rich, or what's that reliever? Whitlock, Garrett Whitlock. So it's a nice little balance, right? They got Whitlock from us. We got Franchy Cordero, and Franchy Cordero looks like he's going to be a fine. We got someone backstage that I'm going to bring up momentarily. I just want to shout out the chat just a little bit more. Damian Serrano's in the building. He said, "What's up, fellas? I was checking out for the Twins. Looks like they gave some guys hurt. We should take advantage of that." Absolutely, Damian. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you aren't subscribed, Damian, hit that subscribe button and hit that like like button as well. Salute to you, my guy. Eric Wallace is in the building. Salute to my man
Eric,
EY
yes.
in the building. Vikings is in the building. What it do? What it do? Salute to you. Salute to you. Like I said, we got someone backstage. This is a guy that I've been interacting with ever since last year. We've been able to grow a bond as like Yankee family and also Yankee content creators. He does good work over on his channel. So guys, make sure you guys go and support my guy BX Bomber. This man is at almost every Yankee game. I'm not even exaggerating. At every Yankee game, he knows where to go in order to get the balls and BP. When I was there last year for my birthday, I was out there in right field with him while BP was going on, and he caught a ball and he gave it to me for my birthday. So he will always be my brother for that one. So I'm gonna bring out my guy BX Bomber. BX Bomber's in the building. How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Man, it's good to be on, man. Thank you, man, for having me.
No, I appreciate you. Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. All is well. I appreciate you for joining on, bro. It's been a long time. It's been a long time in the making. Like I said, you and I, we've interacted ever since last year. You was giving me your Bombers report from inside of the stadium. Hopefully that's something we can continue during the season. But BX Bomber, bro, thank you and welcome to the Yankees Morning Brew. First time on the panel.
Yeah, man, it's good to be on, man. Hey, and we definitely got to set up the Bomber report somehow, and we'll figure that out. I'll be at every game this homestand, whenever that ends.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I'm like pretty much a ball hawker, aka Zach Hampel. You know what
Zach
I'm
Hampel 2.0.
Hey, Zach Hampel. Yeah, I mean Zach Hampel. I mean he knows how to do it, but I mean I can get one ball a game, but he gets like 10. But I mean, it's the joy of going to the stadium. It's the point of bringing kids back to baseball and enjoying baseball. And let me tell you too, guys. I'm a cook at a school, and I cook for about 600 kids, right? And I go around to the tables. I say, "Come on, guys, eat your food, eat your lunch, so you could be big like Aaron Judge, right?" They say, "Who the hell is Aaron Judge? I don't want to be no baseball player." So that's what I'm trying to.
You're trying to work it back with the kids, work it back with
and
the
bring
kids,
it back and bring it back to them because
they get the most money. Come on,
exactly. They get the most money. They eat paid. Before we continue, guys, if you guys can, we gotta take a moment. Our friend Roger is recovering from surgery. BX Bomber. I know Roger. You and Roger are close. You guys go to a bunch of games and stuff like that. I don't want to toe at anything like that, but if you guys can put some prayers for our friend Roger. It's a tough time right now, so if you guys can, thoughts and prayers to Roger and his family. Don't want to pull at some emotional strings, BX Bomber. I just felt it was saying that because Roger's good peoples. He's awesome peoples. He showed me the same type of love you showed me since joining the Yankee community as a content creator.
Yeah, man, it's very sad to hear. Well, he's still in the hospital now. What happened was you know the story. He might have told you.
You don't gotta get too deep into it. Yeah.
And you know what I want to tell you guys is this, man. I'm getting old. You guys are getting old. Every season we get older, and guys, I'm scared to go to the doctor too. You know what I mean? And we got to go and check ourselves out because we don't know when it could be our last season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, enjoy every single game, every single pitch, every single inning. Because it could be our last, you know what I mean? Because man, this is a shame, man, and I don't want anybody that I know to go through something like that. Not even bad people, you know what I'm saying? Because this is traumatizing, man, for family, friends. I'm devastated, you know, already.
Yeah, I get it, bro. And when I saw the news in our group chat, when I saw the news in our group chat, it kind of touched me because if it wasn't for Roger, I would have never got linked up with you. Because Roger and I, that's who I interacted with first, and he introduced me to you and your channel, and that's how you and I were able to come across. So thoughts and prayers to Roger and his family. BX, I love you, my guy. Thank you for joining us over here on the panel. But I want to ask you, early part of the season, we are 4 series into it. The Yankees have taken the 4 series so far. What's your thoughts on this early part of the season, and what's your predictions for this team?
Well, let me tell you, man, I can't believe the way they're playing. I can't believe the way. Hey, you got to give it up to Aaron Boone and that managerial staff, bro, because the way they're carrying this team is unbelievable, and I never seen it the way they're doing it this year. I feel like management has got it down packed this time, and they're not playing. They're gonna go for a World Series, and they're gonna do whatever they can. I mean, getting Franchy Cordero, he came out of the blue, you know. I mean, so these are things that the Yankee management, talking Brian Cashman when I say Yankee management, these guys are always working beyond the scenes, you know, behind the scenes, always working, trying to make this team better. So I will never deny this team that they suck or anything like this, because they actually have a chance. They actually have a chance. I mean, hey, Tampa Bay Rays are what, 12-0 right now, something like that?
Yeah, 12-0. That's crazy. Did you guys expect that out of Tampa?
No.
I expect it out of the Yankees every year, but you know, it's possible. But Tampa Bay doesn't scare me. None of these teams scare me. I can't believe what they did with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, putting him in center field. I mean, it's kind of working.
That's
to give guys
it. Kind of
days off.
is being able to move. It's good to have that extra flexibility on the roster, right? Having guys that are able to play multiple positions. You could be a lot more creative when it comes to the lineup construction. Aaron Hicks is obviously Aaron Hicks. Josh Donaldson on the IL. TC Stills, to BX Bomber's point, when he's talking about the way Aaron Boone and his coaching staff has handled this team. Speak to the bullpen, because I know you have some stats, and I know you want to touch on the bullpen. Touch on the Yankees bullpen and how it was handled in this series versus the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, that has been the bright spot so far of the team. I know they've struggled in some areas, and some guys, you know, we want to get rid of, you know. Not mention any names, but the bullpen keeping us in the ball games every game this year. Honestly, we probably could have been 12-0 if you know, timely hit here and there. But this bullpen, I went over the stats for this series with Cleveland. They gave up 1 run in 12 innings, which is a .75 ERA. And if you look at it, you got Brewer pitched 3 innings, gave up no runs. Hamilton pitched 2 innings, gave up the only run. Everyone else, Abreu, Marinaccio, King, Peralta, and Holmes, no runs this series. I know they've had the shaky moments, but only 1 run in 12 innings. I mean, you got to give it up for that bullpen. I mean, that's tremendous for a 3-game series.
It comes against a team, when you talk about the Cleveland Guardians, they aren't a slouch. When it comes to like getting hits with runners in scoring position, extra base hits, getting timely hits, that's what Cleveland does, right? They're not a team that relies on a home run ball like us Yankees. You would say every win so far for the Yankees, every one of those games that we've won, we've had a home run. Right, the games that we've lost, we haven't had a home run, right?
Yeah.
So we're a team that relies heavily on the home run ball, while at the same time hitting with runners in scoring position. But to face a team like Cleveland and not give up, only give up 1 run, I think it was very impressive. Shout out to Andre in the chat. First time seeing you in the chat, and my guy, appreciate you. If you guys can hit that like button. Andre said, how many strikeouts do you think Brito is going to have today? BX Bomber, I'm gonna throw that question your way. How many strikeouts you think the young kid's gonna have today, bro?
I'm gonna give you, I think, 6 or 7 a day, man. I think that kid is phenomenal, man. I mean, finally, the Yankees have opened their eyes and said, okay, we have talent, let's use them, you know, and stop burying them in the minor leagues. And thank God he's up here and he's playing, man. I mean, this kid, who knows? He could be the ace of the team. I don't know, but it could happen.
If you go back to the game versus the Baltimore Orioles in that first inning when he gave up that run, if that ball didn't hit off his leg, that would have been a double play, and he would have been scoreless for the entire game. Right. So I could say confidently he pitched 10 innings so far in the big leagues, gave up that 1 run that shouldn't have been given up or whatever. He's looked phenomenal, and he flew under the radar when it comes to all these prospect rankings.
Yeah.
Clark Smith was ranked as a high prospect, and Johnny Brito was outperforming him at the major league level. Right.
I don't think he was a top 25 prospect.
No, he wasn't even ranked for a while. Right. Last year was the first time that he was ranked when it comes to the Yankees prospects. So shout out to our guy, Anthony Medina, in the building. Anthony Medina, salute to you, my brother de la Isla. But let's jump back to the conversation on Franchy Cordero, and I'll lead the way. But Franchy Cordero, a phenomenal find by Brian Cashman. The Baltimore Orioles released him at the end of spring training. He was hitting over 400 with Baltimore, but Franchy Cordero and 25 at-bats with the Yankees. He is batting .280. He has 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, no stolen bases, but he has an OPS of 1.133. He has been a phenomenal find for the Yankees. He hasn't been a slouch on both sides of the plate when it comes to the offensive side of things and defensively. He had that one play when he threw a guy out in Baltimore, right? So Franchy Cordero looking phenomenal for the New York Yankees so far in the early part of the season. TC, what's your thoughts on Franchy?
Yeah, I mean, leading the team in home runs and RBIs. Who would have even predicted that? I mean, this guy was, you know, a throwaway from Baltimore. They didn't want to sign him. You know, and to do what he's doing, he's found the home run stroke. His fielding is you know, he's doing his job. He's doing what it takes, but coming up with clutch home runs. I mean, tying that game yesterday. I mean, he's hitting bombs. I mean, those are no doubters. And you know, I like how Boone's moving him up. He's moving him up in the lineup. Now he's batting 5th. I mean, he's a key contributor to this lineup, and he has deserved it. And you know, hopefully it pushes one of these you know, guys we're not going to mention out of here.
He should not be named. He's like Voldemort from Harry Potter.
He doesn't get a mention from me. I'm not going to.
He doesn't. No. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno. BX Bomber, what's your thoughts on Franchy Cordero in the early part of the season, my guy?
Yeah, man. What you guys mentioned just a little bit, you guys are forgetting his phenomenal arm that he has. This guy has pure accuracy that I've never seen before with my own eyes. I think he has a better arm than Aaron Judge at this point in time. Until Aaron Judge makes a bigger play than he can, then he'll prove me otherwise. But I mean, even though Aaron Judge, he's still my top guy, still number one. But Franchy has an arm, man. So the Yankees right now, I mean, even with Cabrera in left or Aaron Hicks in left, the Yankees have a no-run outfield. You can't run on this team. You can't. I mean, a guy on third base is going to be tough to probably score on these guys if it's a good shot. You know.
And we don't even have Bader.
And we don't even have Bader, our best defender in the outfield, right? When it comes to Franchy, I can confidently say that he has a cannon, doesn't have the accuracy like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has the accuracy. He's like a quarterback back there in right field, right? The accuracy is on point when it comes to Judge. But you're right, Franchy Cordero, he has a cannon, and you should think twice if you try to run on Franchy Cordero is all I'm going to say, right? And let's switch it up because this has been something that I've seen on Twitter when it comes to Yankee fans talking about Franchy and talking about Brian Cashman. Does Brian Cashman deserves all the credit in the world for Franchy, or is this more a Sabian and an Omar Minaya when it comes to scouting and picking up a talented player like Franchy Cordero? TC, I'll start it with you. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
I'm going to say it's Sabian and Minaya. Yeah, I don't think Cashman can evaluate talent anymore. I don't trust his instincts on these players. Like he's made so many bad deals that I think, you know, Sabian Cordero caught their eye in spring training. You know, I mean, this was between Calhoun and Ortega. This final roster.
That's
spot.
That's what we was told.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere they signed Franchy Cordero, and everyone's like scratching their head, like, where'd this come from? But hey, you know, these things happen, and these guys come out, you know, out of nowhere. And honestly, I don't know where the Yankees would be without Franchy right now. I don't know if they have 8 wins.
No, they may be 6-6, right? Because when it comes to one of the home runs that he hit, not yesterday, the day before, it's when we were blowing out the Guardians, right?
Yeah.
So you could say that was like not a meaningless home run, but it didn't have that much of an impact on the game like the home run he had yesterday and the home run he had against the Phillies and the home run he had against the Orioles.
Right.
Those 3 home runs that he hit minus yesterday, he has 4 on the season. Those 3 home runs he hit, it came in at the exact time that we needed when the Yankees were trying to either come back, either to tie the game or to give us a lead. So good point when it comes to that. BX Bomber, same thing for you. When it comes to Brian Cashman, who do you give credit for the Franchy Cordero signing?
Well, I want to agree with the other guy. I believe it was Minaya and the other guys, but it's also a collective like agreement. But also, I want to defend the Death Star real quick. I know everybody hates Brian Cashman. I know everybody hates Brian Cashman, but
Yeah,
you
put
got
the
to
Empire
understand one
music on.
thing. Yeah, you got to understand one thing. Every year, Brian Cashman has brought a player to the Yankees that is great, but too bad that they just flake out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If every player that he brought played the way they were supposed to be played, I mean, the Yankees would have probably won 20,000 World Series already. But you know what I mean? But the,
true.
but
Yeah.
but the
No,
fact of
I
the
get it.
matter is,
Yeah.
every year he brings a player that's supposed to play. They get hurt. You don't see them anymore. Carlos Rendon, and and then the Yankees flake out at the end when we really need these guys.
No,
So
I get it, bro.
you know what I mean? They scramble to find guys, and they just got lucky with Franchy Cordero, man. I mean, Baltimore, I don't know what they didn't see in this guy. I can imagine. I mean, the manager or whoever made the decision should be fired from the Baltimore Orioles because they let this guy go to the Yankees. I mean, I know they're kicking themselves in the butt, but I mean, Cashman, I mean, he's a little senile, he's a little Joe Biden-ish, you know what I mean? But he gets the job done, you know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you. My guy L.I. Yankee King wanted me to tell you. He said, BX Bomber, just so you know, he is the leader of the I Hate Brian Cashman train. So L.I. Yankee King wanted me to let you know that when it comes to the I Hate Brian Cashman train. But, perfect segue over to Carlos Rodon, because it came out yesterday. Carlos Rodon had a minor setback, right? A stiff back and a forearm delay. He's supposed to have a bullpen session today, so we'll be able to see how bad that injury was or how much of a setback it will be after his bullpen session he's having today. So the fact that he's even having the bullpen session today points us in the right direction that, it was a stiff back. He has that forearm that he was dealing with from spring training, but it's just a minor hiccup. When it comes to Carlos Rodon, we want to see him out there, right? I definitely want to see the big ticket from this free agency out there pitching for the Yankees, but at the same time, there's no need to rush him back. There's really no need to rush this man back. We are in the month of April. We need to save this man from when we need him, and that's September and that's October. We definitely need Carlos Rodon to be on his A game in the postseason. So rest him right now. Don't put as much pressure on him and allow him to make his way back. TC, I'll throw it over to you, brother. What's your thoughts on Rodon?
Yeah, we need him definitely, like you said, in the later part of the season, healthy. We don't need to rush him. We're doing okay. I know fans don't want to see Schmidt and Herman anymore, but I'd rather see Rodon healthy at the end of the season. You rush him back and he has a setback, in May or June. We're dying to see this guy, but we don't want to see this. He's a big acquisition, and we don't want to see him go down. And we need him. And I know we're just all itching to see him out there, but I think we just need to relax and let the trainers, let the doctors, do the talking, and just have him healthy.
Yeah, that's all. Like I said, we want to see him out there. Trust me, I really want to see him out there. But at the same time, take your time when you come back. We need you to be healthy ultimately, and we need you to be effective. BX Bomber, same question going your way. When it comes to Carlos Rodon, what's your thoughts? How are you feeling? And when do you think the Yankees should bring him back?
Well, I'm going to agree with you and disagree with you guys. I think Carlos Rendon should be back as soon as possible, meaning because this pitching rotation is going to have a fight all the way to the end. And when they get to that postseason, they're going to be choosing 1, 2, and 3. And he better get it together to be 1, 2, or 3, because you got Nasty Nesta, you got Garrett Cole, and you don't know who the third one could be for that postseason. So I'd rather him come back. I mean, don't rush him. I mean, you don't want him to get him hurt fast again like that. You don't want to rush him, but you want to get him back as soon as possible, get him hot as soon as possible, and let him ride into the month of August and September, at full capacity, and let him play hard at that time, because it's gonna matter. The playoff starts in April, and then it ends in September. So, he has to be ready in that month of August. That's when we really need the month of August, when the temperature gets really hot, 100-degree weather. They have to pitch some serious games in those stadiums. So Rendon, please come back. Not fast, but we want you to come back as soon as possible and get it on, man, and battle with the Coles and battle with the Nesters. We want to see that, man. We want to see that because I paid money to see this guy play, and I want to see him play. I'm going to defend the Yankee fans. I want to see him play.
No, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Especially when you spend the money to go to the stadium. Like when NYY News TV, when they had the event and we went to the stadium, right? He was supposed to pitch that game, right? But he got injured and we had to miss that game or whatever, game 2 of the season, right? But at the same time, I want to see him out there. I want to see him on the mound, and I want to see him pitching in Yankee Stadium because I feel Carlos Rodon, he is the missing piece from this team, right? We haven't had a guy that had that energy, right? That had that charisma, that to be able to pump his teammates up. The last time we had a player like that, I want to say was CC Sabathia, right? So Carlos Rodon pitches with he pitches with a passion when he's on the mound. He pitches with an anger when he's on the mound, and that's what we need out there. And I think the best person who would benefit from having a bulldog pitching right behind them is Garrett Cole. So far in the season, he's 3-0. He's pitching to an ERA that's under 2. I know it's just early in the season, and people are saying that he is the favorite for the Cy Young in the American League. TC, I throw it over to you. With the early part of the season and the early success that Garrett Cole has been having, what's your thoughts on Cole?
No, I love it. This is the guy who we thought we were going to get, 2 years ago, and he looks phenomenal. And he's kind of put us at ease, not rushing back Rodon. Because he's 3-0. If he was struggling, the rest of the staff struggling, we'd be begging for Rodon and Sevy to come back. But Garrett Cole has just he goes on the mound, and us fans are just, we got this. He looks unhittable right now. Everything's working. His fastball, he has so much confidence right now in his fastball. The other pitches, they're guessing. They're guessing on everything, and it's just awesome to see, and I'm glad for him. I really am, because he's struggled actually on the Yankees. He has.
No, I get it. And guys in the chat, if you guys can smash the like button for the boys. We got about like 25 people in the building. If you guys can hit that like button, it helps us out with the algorithm. And as well, if you aren't subscribed, subscribe for the boys, right? TC.
What are you doing if you're not subscribing, guys?
That's
Come
right.
on.
What are you doing with your life, right? What are you doing?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
And the giveaway. Hector, tell them about the giveaway.
And we have a gift. That's right, TC. Oh, my man TC on fire this morning. We got a giveaway once we reach 500 subscribers. Homage, who has helped us out with this channel and with the Morning Brew brand, they are helping us out tremendously. We're going to give a giveaway from Homage at 500 subscribers and another giveaway from Homage when we get to 1,000 subscribers. So we got 376 right now. We're trying to get to 500 for the first giveaway. So if you guys can, share this. Tell your friends to subscribe. Friends that are Yankee friends, whatever, tell them to subscribe. My man DJ Stills is in the building. DJ Stills, how you doing, my guy? But yeah, I'll throw it over to you, BX. I want to get your thoughts on Garrett Cole and his success in this early part of the season. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, like you guys said, Garrett Cole is one of a kind, man, and I'm glad that he came to the Yankees. But here's my thing with Cole, though. This is what I don't want to see from Cole, and what I saw from last year and the previous years when he got here. It seems like Cole, when something doesn't go his way, he becomes frustrated, and then he becomes with an attitude, and then for me, he looks like the coach's kid. You know what I mean? Like a little league, you got the coach's kid that's pitching, then he gets frustrated, and then you can't get him out. That's what Garrett Cole is to me. But this year, he's kind of like stopped that. I don't know if he's spoken to Derek Jeter or somebody, but on the Yankees, because this is for real. On the Yankees, we don't show emotions at all, and his problem is showing emotion. Hey, the guy bangs a home run off for you. Get back on the mound, put your head down, and keep pitching. That's it. Get the next guy out. We don't got to go through through the anthrax and and whatever he does, but. That's the only downfall that Garrett Cole has. If you get into this guy's head, I mean, he's unusable. But this year, this year he's different, man. He's different. There's something about him. I don't know, it's the haircut or what, but
it's the haircut, bro. It's the haircut. My man's looking clean shaven. He's looking better than I'm looking, honestly, right? But I honestly want to say it's the haircut. Shout out to my man DJ Stills. He says, "Are you guys doing the MLB the show raffle at the next event?" Says, no. What happened, Cam, is the next day at the Gramercy Ale House is when we did the raffle. Saturday at the Yankee Stadium, we didn't do the raffle. We did it Sunday at Gramercy Air House when we did the watch along. So on Sunday, whoever showed up, they were entered for the raffle. But my man Cam, El Bambino, that's a fact. But no, I agree with you when it comes to Garrett Cole. Sometimes he can be his worst enemy, right? Sometimes he can get in his head, and it's the perfectionist that's in him. He wants to make every pitch perfect. He want to be able to pinpoint every pitch. But I get what you're saying. He shows the wrong emotion out there, right? You're not supposed to get frustrated with either your teammates if someone gets an error. If you give up a home run, like you said, BX Bomber, just get back on the mound and pick up that pitch and get ready to throw the next one instead of getting frustrated with yourself, right? The emotion that Carlos Rodon shows is the emotion that we want. What Garrett Cole was doing is not. And so far this year, it's been the opposite side. And like you said, I think it's the haircut when it comes to Garrett Cole. And he's trusting his fastball, right? The last start against the Cleveland Guardians, not that much. He was more reliant on his breaking pitches. But the trust that he has in his fastball for the early part of the season, that's what I think is the big difference between Garrett Cole last year and this year. BX, you wanted to add something to that, bro?
Yeah, I want to mention one thing. The pitching
clock,
brother.
Go ahead.
I think changed the whole game completely. now with the pitching clock, timing, like timing each pitcher, Garrett Cole doesn't have time to think anymore. He has to put his head down and pitch that ball. So I mean, the time clock has changed the game greatly. I mean, I love it. The game ends in 2.5 hours. I get to go home and sleep for 4 hours. It's perfect. You know what I mean? But
that's why I was going to ask you, because like I was telling the people earlier, you're damn near at every Yankee game. How has the pitch clock helped you when it comes to leaving the stadium at a reasonable time? Because last year, I remember you was out of the stadium 10:30, 10:45 sometimes, damn near 11 o'clock. Man. So how has it been for you when it comes to getting out of the stadium and being able to go home and rest so you can feed them kids in the morning?
Man, it's a whole lot better. But let me explain one thing about the pitch clock that's ruining the game of baseball as well.
There we go.
Even though it's speeding up the game, right? Now, what's happening is you have fans that are going to Yankee Stadium, right? Now, these are occasional baseball fans. They only hear about it on the TV. They only going let's say I'm a Knicks fan, right? And I might only get to go to one game a year, but I don't really follow them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have these kind of people showing up to the game. So what's happening is that the pitch clock is so fast now. So if you go like this and you go like that, it's already the second inning, and you don't even know what happened in the last at bats. So people are losing the attention of the actual game play, if it makes sense. You know
it definitely does make sense, because when I was at the stadium, I was there for the Philly series. And I gotta say this too, you have showed me a trick when it comes to getting the cheapest ticket and being able to make my way around the stadium. I want to credit you for that. BX Bomber has showed me the trick about, just get the cheapest tickets and just make your way around the stadium, because that's what he does, right? And I appreciate you for that. But no, I was there for the Philly series. I was sitting right behind the Yankees bullpen in center field. And one thing I can say is that when I got up to go get me some chicken tendies, by the time I got back, half of an inning was gone. Literally half of an inning was gone. It goes by so fast, you forget how fast it goes, because you get up, you go to the bathroom. By the time you come back, an inning is done past because you wasted time. So you're right about that. You actually have to pay attention. And I think Yankee Stadium has done a very, very good job. No matter where you were at in the stadium, the box score is always, you have vision to the box score. And I think that's a real good job by the Yankees. Whoever decided to do that, wherever you're at in the stadium, wherever you're watching the game at, you always have a vision to where the box score is at. So you could keep up to who's pitching, so you could keep up to who's at bat, so you could keep up with the amount of pitches that the pitcher has thrown. TC, I'm going to throw it over to you. I just want your comment on what BX Bomber brought up about the pitch clock.
Yeah, I mean, there's two sides of it because baseball has always been the slow sport that the younger generation just can't get behind because it's drags out, and basketball, football, you got constant movement. It's a lot of action. Um, so yeah, it speeds up the game a little, and you might if you look this way that way, all of a sudden you miss an inning, but I think it keeps everybody engaged. Like, hey, I gotta watch. The boom batter. Batter in the box, not stepping out. Let's go. Let's keep this moving. So maybe for the new fans, it's better. For the old fans, we're used to a slower game. But I don't know. To me, I like it, but at the same time, I understand where BX is coming from. It does. You do miss some things if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. My man Carlos in the chat said Hector looking like he's about to go chop some wood. No, bro, this is the outfit that I wear when I go to the bodega so I can start counting the numbers at the bodega. When I'm at the bodega taking the numbers, this is the outfit that I wear. DJ still says BX looks like the pastor from the community that's trying to get cool with the kids, so he puts on his Yankee gear. Absolutely, that's my man BX Jedi. And Ivan Manny said going to the stadium is a different experience completely. On TV, the game is excellent with the pitch clock and promotes fast action. And that's the thing that I wanted to touch on when BX Bomber brought up. There's three types of Yankee fans, right? It's a casual Yankee fan like BX Bomber was talking about, the people that go to the stadium once or twice a year that mostly watch from home. There's a crowd of Yankee fans that only watch for home because they live outside of New York City. They can't get to the stadium as often as they want. And there's a fan that they're at every game like BX Bomber, right? So there's a difference between Yankee fans. You got the fans that are the casuals, the fans that are the TV fans, and the fans that go to the stadium. And BX Bomber, I know you could attest to this. When you go to the stadium, the fans that are in the stadium every day, right? When it comes to our friend Mark, who is the bleacher creature, who does the roll call, you can tell who is a fan that's at the stadium every day and the fan that's all like the casual fan. And what people got to know is like, the people that throw stuff on the field, that's not the Yankee fan that are at the stadium all the time. Those are the casual fans that don't know how to act. The young kids that come from like either Westchester, Long Island, or New Jersey that are 15, 16 years old that just a little drink, and decide to throw stuff on the field. BX Bomber, I want you to touch on that when it comes to the different type of fandom that's at the stadium.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely. Right now, it's a younger generation, kind of. But here's the problem. I'm going to go back to the pitch clock again. The pitch clock is running the game too fast, which now they can't sell enough beer anymore. So they got, how before they used to cut the beer off at the 7th inning. Now they're going to have to go into the 8th inning or something like that. And the beer is $17. So, nobody's getting drunk at the games anymore like it used to be. So the fans aren't that fun anymore. If that makes any sense, like
yeah.
So now rowdy, loud, screaming, chanting, there's really none of that anymore. Only from the real Yankee fans like bleacher creatures and this and that. But
that's why you got to do like me. You got to go across the street from Gate 4 and pregame at that little park that's right there, right? That's what I do. I go right before the game. I go to that park and pregame. I bring like the little shot, the ones that you get on the planes and stuff. Take a few of those shots before I go inside the stadium. My man Crackle Nuts, he said Hector looks like he asking to borrow $1. First of all, if I ask to borrow $1, guess what? You ain't getting it back. I'm just tell you that right now, Crackle Nuts. Lorenzo Cardona's in the building. Jokes. My man Enzo in the building. No, all jokes aside. But there was one thing that happened at yesterday's game that I wanted to say for the end of the conversation. And it was that first inning with the umpires and that call. Aaron Boone got ejected, and rightfully so, right? Rightfully so, being frustrated with the umpires and that bozo call that they did. The rules are put in place for a reason. Right, we have rules for a reason. If we didn't have rules in society, we'll all still be living in trees, throwing shit at each other. Right, like that's why we have certain rules that are in place. The rules when it comes to challenging a play is you have 15 seconds as a manager to tell the umpire if you're going to challenge the play or not. It was way beyond 15 seconds. And as soon as it went on the big board and the fans started reacting to it and everything like that, the umpires got together and they decided to appeal or allow Terry Francona to have an appeal and challenge the play. I thought it was god awful. The Yankees should protest that game. I'm glad that they won, but even still, even though they won, still protest that decision by the umpires. I'm gonna start over with UTC and then throw to BX. What was your thoughts on this, brother?
Yeah, so the deal was, so the play ended, and Terry Francona said that he was worried about about Quan tagging up, and he even said in the interview after the game, he didn't even mention he was going to challenge. So they're supposed to motion to the umpires whether they're going to challenge or not. That's when the 15-second clock starts. Then they will say, yes, we will challenge. Nothing was done. And they didn't even, he again, like I said, he was worried about the tag up play. So he wasn't even, he thought the catch was made. So Boone had every right to, we understand the replay showed that he missed the catch. Okay. That's, they got it right. The umpires got it right. Yeah. But like you said, the rules are rules, and you didn't challenge. They looked at the Jumbotron. They saw, the umpires got together and said, hey, let's give them a shot and challenge, which is not fair. That's not the rules. So yeah, the umpires, I don't want to say it was karma with the umpire getting hit in the head. I don't want to say that, but they got that play wrong as far as the challenge, but they did get it right with the call on the field. But Boone had every right to protest. But I also looked this up. You are no longer allowed to protest games anymore. So we couldn't have protested that.
Yeah. Ultimately, you want the umpires to get the call right? That's the ultimate goal. You want them to get the call right? But you have to be able to do it in the parameters that are set by Major League Baseball. How many times last year watching the Yankees that we saw a play that Aaron Boone did a challenge go the other way, and if he would have challenged, it would have reversed back to in our favor. But the Yankees didn't get those chances last year. But like you said, ultimately, we want the umpires to get the call right, but you got to be able to be in the parameters that Major League Baseball has set, right? BX Bama, I'm gonna throw it over to you. What's your thoughts on this whole situation that we're talking about with that play in the first inning, bro? What's your perspective?
Yeah, that was definitely a rookie umpiring crew there, man, to let that happen, because but you know what though, every team has a guy up in the skybox. And they're watching every single play, and they're the ones that tell you, yo, challenge that call. And they're, whoever's monitoring their calls for that team, the Guardians, man, they should be fired, because last year they messed up a few calls with the Yankees too. The last time we played them, the Yankees won a game because they didn't challenge a call. I forgot what game it was, but it was the last game that we played them.
It was the last series. It was the last series before the postseason.
Right, and who knows if that's the same guy up there? But those guys get paid big money to challenge those replays, and and it all lies on them. So skeleton crew with the with these umpires, But you know what? Real quick, to talk about umpiring, I think umpires should be featured more in the games, though. They should be looked at more as like a player. We should be able to see their stats of games that they did beyond and before, plays that they messed up on, stuff like that. Just like a player would, have stats. I think umpires should have stats and a little bit of feature on the big screens and stuff like that too, because they're part of the game as well.
There's no accountability for them.
No, definitely no accountability for them. And what they do have, they have the umpire scorecard, but that only is for the home plate umpire, whether it comes for balls and strikes. So when you look at yesterday's game, hold on, I'm gonna try to go to it right now. Ooh. Technology is a crazy thing. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that to try to get it pulled up. When it comes to the most recent games yesterday, Cleveland and New York, Chris Guccione was the home plate umpire, and yesterday for the home plate umpire, he had a percentage. he was 94.7% accurate on his balls and strike calls yesterday. What they want for Major League umpires to be at 97. So for the standards of Major League Baseball, he was below their standards when it comes to what they want their umpires to be. So he had a 94% accuracy when it comes to calling balls and strikes. But to BX Bomber's point, put that up in the big board. Let us fans see it. You know, because accountability goes a long way. And when these umpires start getting held accountable, guarantee a lot of things will start changing. And as this is not me being ageist or anything like that. I have nothing against somebody who was up there in age, but a lot of these umpires, they look like they're cashing both their umpire checks and their SSI checks, right? They're past 65 years old. They need to retire. We need to get some fresh blood in there when it comes to Major League umpires. And like you said, TC Stills is literally looking like the AARP club out there, right? But when it comes down to it, and I'm gonna say it again, like TC Stills says, ultimately we want the umpires to get the call right. That's what we want ultimately, right? But you got to be able to do it in the parameters that were set by Major League Baseball, right? I'm not saying, oh, well, it was a call against the Yankees, so I'm upset about the challenge. No, not at all. What I'm upset about is the way that it was handled. Because Terry Francona, he didn't challenge it. Like you said, TC, he was worried about Stephen Kwan tagging up from third base to go to home. Because if you see it, if you look at the play, by the time Jose Ramirez is thrown out trying to get back to second base, that's before Kwan scores.
Right.
So if that play isn't overturned, it's in the Yankees' favor. Clark Smith doesn't give up those 2 runs in that first inning. Right. He only gives up that one home run ball. Right. So if the call wasn't reversed, it would have been a 0-0 game, and Clark Smith probably would have been able to get further into the game than he actually was.
Yeah. That was home cooking for sure with the ump.
It definitely was some home cooking over there, right? But the Yankees, they do have another game tonight versus the Minnesota Twins. BX Bomber, I know you said, are you going to be at tonight's game?
Oh, I'm gonna be there and every other one of them.
Nice.
I'm gonna be there on Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm meeting up with the Cashing Out NYC guys. We're gonna do some trivia right before the game starts. So BX Bomber, I'll text you where to meet us so I can get you on the trivia show. I gotta get my guy on the trivia show, but I'll be there with my guys from Cashing Out NYC. They're gonna have me as a guest host asking trivia questions for the Yankee game. So I'm super excited about that one.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, I've been going to see, like, when you go to games every single day, the games start blending in with each other, man. And it's like for a trivia, it's like, wait a minute, you start drawing blanks when it's a trivia. You know what I mean? So I don't know how well I'm gonna do, but I think I should do fine.
Now I'll be able to make sure I throw you some softball questions. All right, BX. I'll make sure I throw you some softball questions. But we're gonna be wrapping it up momentarily. We're going to be wrapping it up momentarily. We got about 3 minutes till we get to 12 o'clock. BX Bomber, just let the people in the chat know where they can find you when it comes to your YouTube, when it comes to your Instagram. Just let the people know where they can find you for your content, brother, before we get out of here.
Yes, man. You can find me just as the name is explained right on the screen. BX Bomber 2011, YouTube, Twitter, the whole 9 yards, Snapchat, whatever you want to find me, I'm there. But if you really want to find me, show up to a Yankee game, batting practice, who but W.B. Mason, right field, and you let me know that you saw me, BX Bomber, and I help you catch a ball at batting practice. And that's how we're going to do it.
And that's a guarantee because he caught me one on my birthday. So I tell you that's a guarantee. I'll tell you this right. The first time I met this man, BX Bomber, right? I was online at gate 4, ready to go in. I was made my way, like I was literally at the front about to go through the metal detectors, about to scan my ticket. He called me, he was like, where you at? I was like, oh, I'm here online in the front. When I tell you, this man jumped over every gate. It was cutting people. It was like, oh, I got a friend over there, leave me alone. Oh, I mean my friend. Yep, my friend's right there. Yep. That's the first time I met BX Bomber. I was like, yo, this man is legit. He's a legit Yankee fan.
and now I got a New York City press pass.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, my guy.
So, yo, Yankee management can't tell me I can't record no more or none of that because I go through it with Yankee management. I can't record. Stop recording. Yeah. Now I got a press pass. They can't tell me nothing. I could walk into places if they let me. You know what I mean? So I got a little bit of immunity now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my man BX Bomber with that press pass. You have to tell me how you got that, bro, because I'm gonna need to get me a press pass for these games, bro. I'm happy that you got it. One of my friends got a press pass, so shout out to my man BX BX Bomber. Crack on that said, you're the one who pushed me over when I was 10 trying to get a practice ball. No, that's one thing I'm gonna say about my man BX Bomber. As one thing that I saw when it comes to kids that are around him as well, and I'm hyping you up right now, BX, but when it comes to kids that are BX, he tells the kids, no, come over here to try to get the ball. Oh, you want to get a ball? You haven't got one? I'll get you one. And he goes out of his way to help kids get the ball. And that's the one thing that I can say. It puts you above other guys that make sure to get, like, Zach Campbell is an amazing guy. Amazing story and stuff like that. He uses exactly. He uses, he'll punch it. He'll push a kid to get a ball. So crack on that. It was probably Zach Campbell that pushed you trying to get that ball. But one thing I'm saying about my friend BX Bomber, he makes sure that if you're a kid, if you're around him, you haven't gotten a ball, he makes sure to tries to get you a ball. Whether it's either from the batting practice or the coach is throwing it, BX Bomber goes out of his way to help kids get balls during batting practice. So I just got to give you your flowers for that, my guy, because as somebody who grew up coming from the background we come from, going to Yankee Stadium, first time in Yankee Stadium, that's a moment a kid is going to always have for the rest of his life. And BX Bomber, you help make that happen, bro, for a lot of kids that are at these games. And like I said, just got to give you your flowers when it comes to that, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Hey, the kids are the best way to get balls, and the most powerful word is please. Please, can I have a ball? Please. And they'll throw it to you. Hey, and before we go, one tip I want to give to you fans, and when you go to the stadium, if you can't get drunk outside, buy your little nips and put them in your pocket, because they don't go through the metal detectors, and you'll be good for 9 innings.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the way you can avoid paying $17 for one beer that's probably a bit warm.
Let me explain, because right now they got these new metal detectors now, so you don't got to take nothing out of your pockets no more. You could throw everything in your bag that's not metal, walk right in. Walk right in.
Nice,
no soda cans.
Good
no soda
tip.
Can, no
good tip.
Cans.
No soda cans. Don't try to get all fancy or whatever with like the whatever. Like, don't do none of that. Don't do none of that. But BX Bomber,
no cans.
Appreciate you for joining us today, bro. We got to do it again during the season. And whatever you got for the game tonight or the weekend, send it to me so I can play next Tuesday for the Bombers report. So please, bro, have fun. Cool. I'll probably link up with you Saturday when I'm at the stadium, my guy. All right, bro?
Cool, definitely. That definitely will. Definitely will.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you, brother. Peace. That was our guy BX Bomber. Like I said, if you guys can, go subscribe to my man on YouTube. Go follow him on Instagram. He is a genuinely good person, and I love rocking out with my guy BX Bomber.
Nice guy.
Yeah, very, very cool. TC Stills, let's do some predictions for today's game, because the Yankees are going against the Minnesota Twinsies, right? Let me just
check lineup yet.
No lineup as of now. But I just want to bring up the starting pitchers for tonight's game.
Boone's throwing all the names in a hat, and it's just throwing.
He just Johnny Brito is pitching for the Yankees tonight. He is 2-0 on the season, a 0.90 ERA, and his 10 innings of work so far. So he's been phenomenal for us so far as a young kid coming up. Over for the Minnesota Twins, they have a man by the name of Joe Ryan pitching for them. He is 2-0 on the season. But he has a 3.75 ERA and 12 innings. When it comes to tonight's matchup against the Minnesota Twins, you got to remember, Joey Gallo is going to be back in Yankee Stadium. So I'm waiting. I think
he's on the IL.
You sure? Because they have him. They have him listed as available.
Yeah, I think he got hurt.
Well, no, he's on the 10-day IL as of April 10th, so he probably will miss. He's going to miss this series. Oh, I was looking forward to him getting booed at Yankee Stadium.
I want to hear all the Gallo chants.
Oh God, I definitely wanted to hear those Gallo chants. Our guy Jason 161 River Ave is in the building. Salute to you, Lorenzo Cardona. I walked into the stadium with a pint of Henny or Cap. Wow, that's my man Lorenzo. That's my guy Lorenzo. But with this matchup today, when it comes to injuries, Carlos Correa is also day-to-day. So we're not sure we'll see him today against Minnesota. So we're going to have to wait and see. The lineups aren't out right now. I'm going to check one more time on Yankees Twitter, because they normally like to put the lineup out around this time. So let me just check one more time.
Franchy's still in the lineup, that's all.
Yeah, that's all I want to see. As long as Franchy is still in the lineup, and hopefully John Sterling could fix up his home run core.
And DJ, hopefully DJ can come back, but I don't know. He's day to day as well.
Well, yeah, he's day to day with a groin. It's a groin issue. It's a different injury than what he was injured with last year or whatever. So it's a bit worrisome. But yeah, no lineup as of now for the Yankees. But like you said, as long as Franchy's there and as long as Anthony Volpe is leading off the game, I'm happy with that.
Did you hear Sterling calling Oswaldo? He was calling him Orlando Cabrera.
No.
Susan didn't even correct him the whole game. She just let him say Orlando Cabrera.
Well, you know, with this young guy, Orlando, he has been phenomenal for the Yankees since he's come up. Susan,
Tony Orlando over there.
Man, but appreciate everybody for tuning in. You guys, later on, I will be doing a pregame report for Grunts Baseball. If you guys aren't subscribed to Grunts Baseball, make sure you go and subscribe over to Grunts Baseball. And as well, Jigga Man put it in the chat. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'll find it for our giveaway. If you go onto Twitter and if you retweet the tweet that's connected right there, you get a second chance for the giveaway. So you get 2 entries instead of 1 for the giveaway that we are running. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, go on Twitter, retweet to enter for the contest. It's going to be a good one. You don't want to miss out on this one because, like I said, our friends from Homage are giving us a giving us a Knicks sweater. We'll try to switch it for a Yankee fan for a Yankee sweater, and as well, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, they're throwing in a jersey as well, right? Nice. So make sure you guys subscribe to us. Make sure you enter in the contest because you not want to give this giveaway. TC Stills, any last words for the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, my prediction for the game. Brito wins. We win, I say 6-2.
Okay. Same thing. Brito is going to be in for this game. I want to say he goes 6 innings. 6 innings, 1 run ball. I'm going to give him 8 strikeouts, and the Yankees win this game 5-1 against the Minnesota Twins.
Okay. I like
That's what I have for this one. I like that one, but deep. Franchy goes deep for another one. Hold on, wait 1 second. And yeah, like I said, guys, appreciate everyone who's tuning. Oh, Yankee Kyle's in the building. Yankee Kyle, what it do? Salute. We are at 29 subs, 29 likes right now. So if you guys can, I just need one more person to hit that like button to get us up to 30. I need the even numbers. I can't do well with the odd numbers, right? But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yankee Kyle's in the building. Jason from 161 River Ave. Lorenzo Cardona was in the building. Li Yankee King as well. And also, just so you guys know, when it comes to the programming, we're going to stick with the Tuesday and Thursday schedule for now when it comes to Yankees Morning Brew while the Knicks are in the playoffs. As soon as the Knicks exit the playoffs, hopefully they go for a long time, but as soon as the Knicks are done with the playoffs, we'll switch the schedule back to Yankees Morning Brew being on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Open panels will come back on those Fridays. Friday will specifically be for open panels, and you can catch me and my guy TC this Tuesday coming up. And yeah, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you follow my guy TC Stills.
And don't forget KOD. KOD Media.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, gotta shout out KOD to our sponsors for the show. But like always, peace, salutations, and a goodbye. Jigga Man is supposed. What it do, Nick Nation? What it do? KOD Universe, stand up. And all you DJs, wake up and get your coffee.
I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks. I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks. I'ma slam on these goats like I'm John Starks.